Good afternoon, or good morning, good evening, whichever time you find yourself watching this video. Welcome back to the channel. Life is hard, don't complain. My name is Nick and I am your host. Today we have a little something from our friends at Blade City in Miami. Dan and Nick are the hosts. They're the hosts with the most. And what do we have here? Kansept. Chinese company, high for Chinese knives, very good steel. Typically, the fit and finish is very nice. This is the Kansept Niko with 3.54 inch blade, I'm guessing. The designer is Marco Knives. This is model G004A7. Stonewash D2 blue micarta with frag pattern. Oh yeah, okay. See, let's just look at their packaging really fast. There's the Kydex sheath with some adjustments being able to be made with that clip. There's our drain hole. Okay, this is a Kansept cloth to wipe it off, and here we go. Here's the knife and your Kansept. Some company information, warranty information, what isn't covered, what they will and will do, how to take care of your knife, yada, yada, yada. So, Kansept Fixed Blade. I don't know. I do not think I've purchased a Kansept Fixed Blade before. I've gotten Kaiser's, the Militaw, as well as the Mini Harpoon, which I'm a big fan of the Mini Harpoon that Kaiser did. If you haven't seen my video on that, check it out. Very, very sharp. This is a D2 steel. Blue micarta, sort of that frag pattern on the micarta. Jimping, right? And also jimping at the rear for the finger, and jimping on what I guess you could call it a choil. Let's make some room. Saw this knife. Kansept, like I said, Kansept does good quality control. Wasn't necessarily wanting to buy a knife this second, but I saw this one and I was like, oh man, and the price was under 40 bucks. Thank you, Dan at Blade City. This knife weighs in just shy of 4 ounces, 113 grams. Huge belly on the blade. We'll try to put it right there. Blade is cutting edge is almost 3.5. Total length of this guy is 7.25 about. Very, very solid feeling fixie. You know, like I said, very, very sharp. So, slash, it's sort of a, you know, it's hard. It's a unique shape because, you know, with this finger ring, it harkens into like a karambit style, but it's definitely not a karambit style. I'm gonna have to figure out what this blade shape is actually called. This knife has what they're calling a clip point, but it's got a swedge and a deep swoop. It's probably close to about 3 or 4 millimeters thick. I have my calipers today, so let's take a look-see on blade thickness. Oh, at the thickest, it's right a little over 4.5. Handle scales 12.53 for the thickness, just to give you an idea of that. So very stout, important very stout, solid feeling knife. You know, this blade is, it's a D2, but it's got a coating on it. It looks stonewashed, but this is a gray titanium TICN finished blade. Well, no, this is a stone-washed blade. Now, this knife was designed by Marco Panella, or Panella, depending on where he's from. That's Marco Knives. It's this knife, being that it's a full tang design made out of D2 steel. You know, D2, from what I know, D2 for years was like, wow, you know, D2 steel was considered a really good steel. And of course, you started getting into the powder steel metallurgy and things, so D2 kind of fell out of vogue, out of fashion. But D2, you know, it's a higher carbon steel. You know, this is over 1%, 1.5% carbon. and it's got a good bit of chromium, 11 or so percent of chromium. So it's a stainless steel, but it does require a little bit of maintenance if you're running this out in salty environments. You know, I would use some sort of wicked wax or blade butter or something like that. And if in fact you're doing that, but in normal use environments, it's going to be fine for you. You know, D2 has really good edge retention. You know, it's a little harder to sharpen than some of the budget steels out there, but it's gonna be good to use on chopping. You know, if you were to chop now, because of the size and shape of this thing, you know, you're not batoning wood and things like that, but you could do feather sticking. The spine is a rounded 90 degrees. So, I mean, you could try your luck at ferro rods, but I don't know if you're really gonna get much luck out of sparking this guy. You know, as a rule of thumb, if you can't get a spark off of your spine, you can use this very, very end part to get you some sparks if need be. So, but because it just, if you can see how it fits in my hand, I mean, it's locked in for close work, you know. This thing certainly could be used in a reverse grip. Like I've said before, I have medium large hands, so it's comfortable. I'm not really going. If you can see, I still have some room there because my pinky's locked in, so I have room if I hold it in a reverse grip where it's, you know, it's not at risk of getting into a danger zone. Same thing, jimping right there. It's mid-tier jimping as far as how aggressive it is. You know, it's not so bad that it's going to tear your skin off, but it's not so soft that your index finger will slide up. So I like this knife. It's again, I bought this because of the company. For a Chinese company, Kansept makes very nice knives. You know, as far as the design, I like fixed blades. Purpose. I get knives for a purpose. A lot of times, a lot of knives, I find myself lately getting knives that I'm like, well, that's an interesting knife. Let me get it. I don't think I'm going to use it, but let me get it. Maybe it'll surprise me, or maybe it'll help somebody else out. So I've kind of adjusted and evolved a little bit. I used to only get knives for me that were going to be useful for a self-defense or something like that. Hold on. Let's see how the sheath sounds. It's a nice click. Shake test. Ready? All right, passed the shake test with flying colors. Nice, easy retention. In the sheath, this knife altogether is, you know, almost 8 inches total in the sheath. I would be happy to take the clip off, You could scout carry it like this, vertical carry. You could vertical carry it upside down. I don't, you know, this clip can be reversed. Swap it to that side. It's got a lot of utility there. Or you can take the clip off, paracord, neck knife. There you go. Pick your poison. It's not too large to be a neck knife, and it's not too small to be carried outside, you know, of a concealed area. You know, this is pretty interesting because of how, you know, with the clip, the profile is over 1 inch thick, so it is a little bulky. I mean, if you go just the interior of the clip, it's 3/4 of an inch wide. So maybe you could put that in such a way that it can be carried along your waist. It would take a little adjustment, but anyhow, I like this knife. If you're looking for a concealable, close work knife with a durable, sharp blade, and, you know, nice grippy micarta handles. I'm not sure what the hardware is made out of, but they color coordinated. It's a nice blue hardware, probably a Torx 6 hardware. Don't know if this is a skeletonized tang. I don't think it would be, because again, this is 4 ounces. So just an overall nice package, nice knife, nice sheath. I think anyone who purchases it would be happy. It's certainly not boring. It's not run of the mill. If you like interesting functional knives, I think this is right on the money. So with that being said, remember, life is hard. Don't complain. Hit the like button, subscribe, and share if you so choose. If you like these videos, we're still pumping them out. So until next time, take care.